Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about the polar and the non-polar covalent bonds. We have just studied that when we talk about the Lewis concept, we know that a covalent bond represents a shared pair of electrons. If the atoms joined by the covalent bond, if the atoms joined by the covalent bond, taking an example of hydrogen, taking an example of chlorine, if the atoms joined by the covalent bond are same, then the shared pair of electrons are equidistant to both of them. In other words, I'll say it lies exactly in the center of the bonding atoms. As a result, no poles are developed and the bond is called non-polar covalent bond. Here we are discussed the two examples. We are having so many examples in chemistry. If we are having the oxygen, these two oxygens having the double bond by sharing their electrons, both are having the common center. Since both atoms are of same type, so therefore no polarity, that means that no positive or negative sign will develop on either of the atoms. Here single bond, here double bond, here is also double bond. When we talk about the triple bond, we are having an example of nitrogen. This is lone pair. On the other hand, in case different atoms are linked to each other by covalent bond, then the shared pair of electrons, in case the different atoms are linked to each other, taking an example of hydrogen and chlorine, these are two different atoms linked together by a covalent bond, then the shared pair of electrons will not lie at the center, because the bonding atoms different in electronegativities. For example, in hydrogen chloride molecule, the chlorine is having the greater electronegativities, that is about 3.0, will have the greater control over the electron pair as compared to hydrogen. When we make covalent bond between the hydrogen and the chlorine, we will this is called shared pair of electrons. Shared pair of electrons. These shared pair of electrons are slightly attracted by the chlorine. So therefore, polarity obtained between the hydrogen and the chlorine. So therefore, chlorine gets the excess of electrons after attracting the electrons. So it gets the negative polarity. It gets the positive polarity. Since the electron pair is displaced more towards the chlorine atom, but we see both of them acquire partially positive charge and partially negative charge. At the same time, the magnitude of charge depend upon the electronegativity. If we are having the fluorine over here, hydrogen fluoride, fluorine is having the greater electronegativity, group number 17 of periodic table. Fluorine is known as the king of electronegativity. So therefore, we will get more negative charge than that of chlorine. We can say more magnitude of charge on the fluorine atom. Such a covalent bond is known as polar covalent bond. Polar covalent bond. When the atoms joined by a covalent bond, when the same type of atoms are joined by a covalent bond, their shared pair of electrons, their center of bonding atoms exactly lies in between. So this kind of bond is. Next we are having the dipole moment. we have studied in a polar molecule, one end bears positive charge while other has the negative charge. Thus, the molecule has two poles with equal magnitude of charges, and it is electrically neutral. Positive and negative attract each other, so therefore it is called neutral. Such a molecule is called dipolar molecule. Such a molecule is called dipolar molecule and possess dipole moment. When we talk about the how to calculate the dipole moment, how much value it has, how much value a molecule have, we need a formula. And dipole moment is represented by a symbol mu, and it is a product of magnitude of either of positive or negative charge and a distance between the charges. It is somehow different from the physics. Its units is debye. It is represented by capital D. It is a vector quantity. Few points you need to note. It is a vector quantity. It is represented, its direction is indicated by the sign arrow that points from positive to negative. The most important point is, what is the direction? That is from positive to negative pole in a polar bond. We are talking in a polar bond. So what is the usage of dipole moment? There are few uses. Why we studied dipole moment? Some useful statements of dipole moment. First one is predicting the nature of molecule, whether it is a polar or non-polar. Nature of molecule. Second one, we are having why we studied dipole moment, in order to understand the relative polarity. Relative matlab to compare. Relative means to compare with the other molecules. Relative polarity comparison. Third one is determine the shape. The different molecules having the different shapes because of their positive and negative, because of their dipole moment. Next one is we are having the why we studied the dipole moment, to understand the shape of molecule. Giving an example, shape of molecule. We are having the taking an example. Let's H2S. When we talk about the HCl, its dipole moment is 0.90 dipole. So its shape would be bent or angular because of its dipole moment. When we talk about the unsymmetrical, that is NH3 ammonia, with dipole moment approximately about 1 point something, I think 1.3 dipole. So this type of molecule is known as unsymmetrical. The fourth point is studying the reason behind we studying the dipole moment is calculating the ionic character. Calculating the ionic character. A scientist named Fazan told, after his research a Nobel Prize was given, he told that the none of covalent bond is having the 100% covalent character. That any molecule who share their electrons is not having the 100% covalent bond character. It must have ionic character. Why a molecule is having ionic character? Because of its dipole moment. Next one is we are having the degree. When we few terms related to degree. First one is we are having when we talk about the diatomic molecule. diatomic molecule. Di means two. In these molecules, bond polarity is directly related to the dipole moment. Thus, greater the dipole moment, more will be the polarity of the bond. Taking about the hydrogen fluorine, as I discussed before, we are having the hydrogen chlorine. Fluorine is having higher electronegativity. Greater the dipole moment, more will be the polarity. Okay, so this one is having the more polarity. Why is it so? Fluorine is having higher electronegativity than chlorine. These molecules are called diatomic, made up of two atoms. When we talk about the polyatomic, poly means many. In these molecules, more than one covalent bond exists. The dipole moment value depends upon the polarity of different bonds. The dipole moment depends upon the polarity of different bonds, and also represents their respective bond angles. Molecules with unsymmetrical or bent, we are having the H2O. Oxygen is having the higher electronegativity, so it will attract its shared pair of electron towards itself, representing the sign as I discussed before. Similarly, so therefore it gets the partially positive charge and it gets the negative charge. So we can say dipole H2O molecules having the band structure because of its dipole moment. Molecules with the symmetric and the linear geometries have the zero dipole. It's not a necessity a molecule must have a polarity. Okay? Polarity may be cancel out. For example, if we are talking about the oxygen CO2. In this type of this is a linear geometry having a zero dipole moment because dipole moment is vector in nature. The dipole moment of different bonds cancelled out. This is the whole concept about the dipole moment. Thank you.